So I'm going to extend this scheme of programming concepts that I have shown before with a new concept called methods. First, a brief recap. So remember that I can see my pet hamster as a variable because it has a name and it has content. And in a similar way, every specific list or every specific dictionary is a variable in Python. Now, my hamster can do a lot of actions. You can see them here. And these actions are called functions. In a similar way, Python contains functions like printing or rounding numbers that you can do on a list or on a dictionary or on any variable that you can imagine. Now, some actions are specific to hamsters. So, for instance, Peanut Butter can go into a state of torpor. This is a kind of hibernation that is specific for hamsters. I cannot go into torpor, although sometimes I wish I could, but Peanut Butter can because Peanut Butter is a hamster. The same concept exists in Python. So some functions will only work on a list and some functions will only work on a dictionary. And such functions are called methods. And you use them like you can see here on the slide. You take the name of your variable followed by a dot and then the name of the method. And since the method is a function, it is followed by round brackets. On this slide, you see the difference between functions and methods. So functions are actions that are generally applicable. So a lot of different variables can do that. So for instance, sleeping. Peanut Butter can sleep, I can sleep, and even my computer can sleep. So this is an action that is applicable to many different types of variables. So it's a function, and you use a function like we have done before. So the name of the function followed by round brackets, and inside the brackets, you write the name of the variable that you want to use as input, followed by other arguments that you want to set. So methods are functions that are specific for one class of variables, like torpor. Only hamsters can go into torpor. The standard syntax is slightly different from the syntax of functions. So you start with the name of the variable that is used as an input, followed by a dot, then the name of the method, followed by round brackets. Inside the round brackets, you don't have to specify an input because you have already specified the input. That's here, that's this variable. But you can specify a list of arguments that you want to set. So methods exist because Python is an object-oriented programming language. So variables or objects or instances are assigned to classes, so groups of similar objects. So for instance, Peanut Butter belongs to the class of hamsters. So the class of hamsters is very diverse. There are many different types of hamsters, but all hamsters share some characteristics. Like for instance, they are all cute rodents who love to burrow and stash their food and can go into torpor when it's cold. In Python, the same structure applies. So all the lists that you can create in Python belong to the class of lists, and methods are defined on the class level. So when you look in the Python documentation, you see that indeed you have here a list of all the methods that are specific for objects that belong to the class of lists. And the same is true for dictionaries. So dictionaries in Python belong to the class of dictionaries. And in the documentation, there is an overview of all the methods that you can apply on objects of the class dictionary.